rewind, 2021. There was a parade in my city. #1 pick, dancing in the street. Everybody was hitting the gritty. Cade arrived in the D, and it was live as can be. They can ball, but we didn't want Dream or Bleak or Scotty B. When he got hurt, everyone lost it. Storylines leaking, no faucet. Caught him wash when he broke his tibia. All the haters, time to get it ready, yeah. Everybody wanna be Skip Bayless. Wanna throw shade, okay, say less. Dudes went #1 for a reason. They don't click by the end of the season. When he wins most improved player. Gonna be a movie, here's the trailer. Don't say I didn't try to warn ya. Co-signed by Win Benyama.
Cade Cunningham.
He was raised in Texas, but now he's Detroit flexing. Team USA, he was killing them. Got him effed up, let me quote Eminem. Nowadays, everybody wanna talk like they got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move their lips. That's a bunch of gibberish and money lovers act like they forgot about Cade. Nowadays, everybody wanna talk like they got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move their lips. That's a bunch of gibberish and money lovers act like they forgot about Cade. Forgot about Cade, they forgot about Cade. Forgot about, how you forget about Cade?
Detroit basketball. Let's go. Let's go, man. Welcome to the Downtown Dude Show. I'm so freaking hyped right now, y'all. Cade freaking Cunningham. First of all, welcome to the show. Thank you to everybody who was here. I see everybody. Y'all was here before I was here. Y'all going crazy, man. Going crazy. Whoa, what a game, man. What a game. What a game on a big stage in front of national eyes right before the playoffs start. On the road against a team that we have trouble with over and over again, it seems like. Always a 1 or 2 or 3 point game. And the Pistons get it done, man. How many times have the Pistons been on the opposite end of the spectrum when it comes to these kind of games? How many games have we seen Cade Cunningham do this? Triple-double, by the way. 25 points, 11 assists, 12 rebounds. And they lose. And it gets forgotten. How many times have we seen that? Cade walking off the court. Other team that hit a buzzer beater that shouldn't have went in. He walking off head down. Not no more. Not tonight. Not tonight. If anybody has any questions about Cade Cunningham and who he is, watch tonight's game. It's so refreshing to see him come out on, and not even just him, but the whole team. Whole team played hard. This is not a perfect game by any stretch of the imagination. Any stretch of the imagination, man. The Pistons made a ton of mistakes. A lot of opportunities missed to really put this game away. Didn't do it. They stuck with it. They kept playing. They just kept playing. They kept playing. They just kept their head down and kept playing, man. This was so fun to watch. The Miami Heat are annoying. In a respectful way, they are annoying. They are not going to just lay down. They are going to make you beat them. And tonight, the Pistons beat them. Cade Cunningham, man. 9th triple-double of the season. That boy, I'm so happy for him, man. For him to have gone through everything that he's went through from the beginning to now, seeing this type of performance on a national stage for everybody to see, and you hit 2 big shots, 2 big threes to win the game. I'm so proud of that dude, man. I'm so proud. Okay, so let's get the decoration out the way, right? Let's get the storyline out the way. So the Pistons, they start a new winning streak tonight. They won a 2nd straight game. They beat the Heat tonight, 116-113. They get their 2nd win in a row and improve to 39-31, which is still a league best or a franchise best for this season, team best for this year. 8 wins over 500 on a regular season. The Heat came into this game on an 8-game losing streak, and now it's 9. So we all knew the Pistons had to come into this game, come correct, because you knew the Heat were trying to end that streak ASAP. But the Pistons got it done, man. They got it done. And this was a huge, this was a growth game for this team. This was a growth game. This is a very gritty game, very tough game. You had to play to the end. You had to play all the way to the end. And despite the mistakes, the unforced turnovers and all these things that happened in this game, I'm just glad they found a way to get it done. Cade was on his Mamba mentality tonight, and so many other guys, man, on his team stepped up. So many guys on this team stepped up, man. Yeah, Divine, in the words of Dave Chappelle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you must think the Pistons are getting that 5th seed. Okay, I got you. Let me get some comments in here, man. I'm trying to get all these comments in. It's so many comments here. I'm trying to get to everything. Let's go. What up, though? What's going on, Frank? Dwayne, what's going on? You know the Pistons won again, for real. Mike, you know the Pistons won again. Everybody on the GMAC tip. GMAC, shout out GMAC, man. Yeah, Cade, Kenyatta, what's going on? If I miss your comment, just post it again, make it cap so I can get to it, or send me a super chat or whatever y'all want to do just to get my attention. But the show is not canceled. We are here, MB. Well, we are here. Money shot. Okay. Carl, what's going on? I don't believe in God. I believe I believe in Cade Cunningham. You're a fool. What up, Deuce? We all losing sleep tonight. What a game. Hey, the other Deuce got it done, man. I'm the original Deuce. I'm the OG Deuce. But that man, that verse number 2, I gotta let him write that name too. I have to. When he's doing stuff like this, and when he's changing the franchise, turning the franchise around like this, I have to. DG said, chill, Carl. Here we go. Let's go. It's only I'm trying to get to all. Man, so many comments. Cade ripped my heart out. You're not a New York Knicks fan, are you, Nikki? Not in New York, but you're not a Miami Heat fan, are you? That should have made you jump for joy, bro. We started out slow. I don't know what tonight. This was tough, man. Let's go. That's my point. Yes, that's our point guard right there. That's our point guard. Come on, y'all. We need more. Hey, yeah, show me some love, man. I'm trying to get y'all this stuff ASAP. I know this was a little bit late tonight, right? A little bit late tonight. I was just trying to get everything out so we can kind of go over it together as we talk about what happened. Tyler Hill, yes, his antics were definitely in effect tonight. Greg Coach is my guy, but he compliments himself too much. He's just trying to be fair, bro. He's just trying to be fair. I bet Shaq still didn't watch. He will. He's going to hear about this one. He's going to hear about this game for sure. Detroit basketball is officially back, Devin. Say that again. Oh, you got to get your buffs up. I got to get some more buffs, too. I had some. I don't know where they are. So don't cuss me out. Carl just cursed it. King, where you at, bro? Hey, man, what a game, bro. What a game. Hey, no Fontecchio text. No Fontecchio text. We're going to get to that. I did not send King a Fontecchio text tonight. I usually do because there's something that happened that frustrated me. Not tonight. Okay. All right, let's get to it, man. Papa Dez, what's going on, big cuz? You all right? Little cuz? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So, King, if you want to hop on, let me know. I'll plug you in. Just let me know. If not, don't worry about it. But, okay. Now that I got that out the way, let's get back to this game, man. Man, oh, man. You know what? Let's start with this. How about we take a look at those last few plays from Cade? Right? It's only right. Let's go ahead and do that because he had, I know the one that he made at the end is the one that's really going to be the one that's remembered, but that wasn't the only one he made. So let's go ahead and pull this up if I can find it because there's 2 of them, I think. Yeah, here we go. All right. Let me go ahead and mute myself and I'll put myself back on.
Comes off Curry with another offense. Beasley with a catch and shoot 3. Pistons counter with. Beasley with a catch and shoot 3. Comes off Curry with another offensive rebound. Cutting it for the lead. Got it. And the Pistons lead by 2 with 54 seconds to go. Pistons. Stadium was preparing for a switch. Bam fights through the screen. Cunningham gets the ball against Bam. Pulls up for the win. Got it! Detroit basketball with the lead with .6 to go. And they storm into Dade County and get the buzzer-beating win. To put some respect on the Pistons' name down. That's what J.B. Bickerstaff, their coach, has demanded of late, and they earned it with a shot. Miami played it perfectly. You've got Bam Adebayo, size on Cade, able to move his feet, stay in front. Cade just going over the top, the ability to shoot over the outstretched arm of Bam Adebayo for the game winner to add to what has been a magical season for Brother Cade. Now he can throw a game winner to his resume. A brilliant night for Cunningham with 25 points, 12 rebounds, and 11 assists.
Give me that. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. Man, oh man, oh man. That boy got ice in his veins, man. Ice in his veins. And on ESPN, Kenyatta, on ESPN, that's the biggest piece. That's the biggest piece. Everybody got a chance to see it. Guys, we're going to get to it later, but that's exactly why I want Miami in the first, or not Miami, but I want the New York Knicks in the first round. This is why. All we need is a platform to show what we can do. We heard what Cade said when he was on Inside the NBA. He said, I don't know if y'all got league pass or not, but you might want to get that and let us audition for you there. If you don't know about us, ask about us. We will get a full series of these moments. And Cade always shows up on big stages. His team doesn't always win in the past, but he always comes to play. How many stinkers has Cade had on national TV? A boy's about that life, man. Don't touch him. He's sizzling. Don't touch me. I'm sizzling. I'm so hyped, man. I'm so hyped for this whole team. This was a great team win, man. Yeah, Cade was on his mamba tonight. Cade was on his mamba tonight. Devin, I see this too. This reminds me, for those who remember, Chauncey Billups in 2003 had 2 back-to-back games of game winners on the perimeter, in the ISO, just like that. Knocked it down. Knocked it down. This is reminiscent of that. To me, Cade is a bigger Chauncey. I've said that for I don't know how long now. He's a bigger Chauncey. They play the same way. They do the same things. Neither super athletic, both extremely high IQ, both play under control, both floor generals, both team players. Both can get a bucket whenever they want, but both are unselfish. Mr. Cade shot. I like that. I like that, Phantom of Darkness. Mr. Cade shot. That's dope. That's dope. The scoring sheet was spread out. I was looking at that, and they knew they would pull it out, and knew they would pull it out with so much balance, everyone getting theirs. Phantom, that's how they won before. That's how they've always won. It's never been one guy. It's never been one guy. The Pistons have always done it in an unorthodox way, right? Bad Boys Pistons, we knew that they changed the way the game had to be even officiated. 2004 Pistons, they didn't have a superstar. Up to that point, the Pistons didn't have one all-star on that team. When they won in 2004, no Piston on that roster had been an all-star before. Not one. So that just goes to show you that the Pistons get it done differently. They get it done differently. And tonight, Cade got it done. The Pistons got it done. And it looked very similarly to what I'm used to seeing in years past when the Pistons were good. It wasn't perfect, right? It was a grinded out, tough game. You know, with Miami, it's going to be that kind of game. Their record doesn't show it, but they're tough in those situations. They are very, very tough in those situations. And they showed it tonight, but the Pistons responded, man. All right. I just wanted to get that out of the way because I'm still kind of like in shock of what just happened just now. Back-to-back threes like that, just putting your team on your back and just say, hey, follow me. And they did it. They did it. So let's start with him, man. Let's start with him. Let's get to the good and bad of all of these guys in this in general. So Cade tonight, right? Another triple-double. He now has 9 on the regular season. 25 points, 12 rebounds, 11 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks, 5 turnovers, 11 for 25 shooting, 3 or 4 from 3, 36 minutes. So it's crazy that he ended up 11 for 25 because he started off very cold in this game. He could not get his shot going early in this game, man. He just could not find a way to put it in the basket. And they weren't bad shots. They just weren't falling. They just were not falling for him. So it was nice to see him really turning up in that second half, especially that third and fourth quarter. He really got to it, man. He really got to it. It was tough too, man, because like in this game, the Pistons didn't hit first. They didn't set that tone we always talk about. They didn't do that. And they gave up 32 points in the first quarter to a below average team. The Heat are 26th in points per game at 109. So this was tough, but Cade found a way to get it done, man. In that second quarter, he found barbecue chicken. In that second quarter, he was getting it done in the post. They could not stop him. They were throwing different bodies at him. It didn't matter. It didn't matter. He was getting to that bag. It was some beautiful bag work in that post in that second quarter. And the Heat just couldn't stop it. And then defensively too, man, there were a few times on defense where he was really finishing plays, when there would be long misses from long range from the Miami Heat, and it would be a long bounce off the rim. You know, you got JD boxing out, but it's a long rebound. Cade would run that boy down and not allow them to get second opportunities. The Heat did get a lot of offensive boards, but you could see Cade was trying to chase the ball down and finish the possession. And oftentimes he would grab the board and then push the break and then get an oop dunk or a pass for a late. Like, the boy was doing it all, man. All NBA player. Kendrick Perkins said that Cade Cunningham is probably going to earn his vote for first team All NBA. First team All NBA. And tonight, how can you deny it? How can you deny it, man? The Pistons as a whole, man, they had, coming into this game, they had not been outscored in the paint in 25 straight games. So you knew coming into this game, they had to play to their strength, right? Creating turnovers, getting out transition, and, you know, Cade and Dennis Schroeder making it happen in the pick and roll. That's how they're getting it done in the paint. You know, so we got shooters like Beasley and THJ, et cetera, but the foundation of the offense are those things, right? So even though they didn't set the tone early, they were still able to settle down. Another key to this game too, man, I never talk about Cade right now, but I want to mention this too. Another key to this game was foul trouble, man. Foul trouble. The Pistons got in early foul trouble, and that made it really tough. JD got in foul trouble. Asar got in foul trouble, and that really made it hard for them to play the way they like to play. Scrappy, putting pressure, right? Really pressuring defensively, things like that. They couldn't really do that. And, you know, the Heat are not the most talented team. They have two All-Stars. They got Bam and Tyler Hero, but they're not deep. They're not deep. They're just a well-coached team that has all bought into the system. And now they're playing a team like Detroit, who is also a well-coached team, who has also bought into the system. We're just more talented across the board. We're deeper. So I knew once the Pistons, if they just played their game, just play your game and execute, they'd be able to get the win. And that's what happened, man. That's what happened. So I gotta give Miami credit because they fought, but the Pistons were not having it tonight. Cade was not having it tonight, man. And I mentioned it earlier. The Pistons made a ton of mistakes. A ton of unforced errors, man. A ton of unforced turnovers. Different, and it was everybody. It wasn't just one guy. It was a few guys who had more than others, but a lot of unforced errors, which you don't usually see. Just careless with the basketball, you know. And on top of that, Bam couldn't seem to miss. He did not. It seemed like he just couldn't miss. It was frustrating. Fallaways with guys draped all over him, knocking it down, no rim. Like, come on, bro. Come on, man. And the Pistons made it hard for themselves, man. But in the fourth quarter, right? Even just start the fourth quarter, the Pistons got off to a bad start. And I was like, I don't know about this one. They were down, I think, 5 to start the fourth quarter. And they started the fourth quarter with a turnover and a dead ball foul, which led to a free throw. Not how you want to start the fourth quarter when you're down on the road. And they didn't move the ball well enough either. It was too many shots going up with no passes. Too many shots going up with one pass shot. 20 seconds up in the shot clock. No, like, just play your game, you know? It seemed like for the longest time, until Cade really put this game away, the Pistons just couldn't get over the hump. You know, like, whenever they get a 1-point lead, they lose it. Or, you know, Miami come down to hit a shot. Or they come down to hit a three. The Pistons just couldn't build on the lead for like 45 minutes of this game. They just couldn't build anything. They couldn't build any momentum. It was just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. They couldn't really take control of the game. They just could not do it. And that's what made me kind of like wonder, like, this may just be a tough one. Maybe a tough one. But like I said, man, our superstar, he came up in the clutch. He said, give me the ball. And that's what JB Bickerstaff said post-game. I caught it on my way to do this show for you guys. He said, we just had to find a way to get Cade the ball. He said, we had to find a way to get him the ball. That's it. That's literally it. And now we're seeing, man, like, Cade is putting fear in teams now. He's putting fear in the league right now. Like, people are seeing just how good this dude is. We've known it, right? We've known it. We've seen it. But they don't cover us. They're going to now. They're going to more now. But you see, people really are just now getting introduced to Cade. And I got to shout out my dogs. AB, Ashton, Cannon, Kennard, Jalen, the whole camp. Everybody, man. They've been saying this. They've been saying this. You know, the first couple years when the Pistons couldn't get more than 20 wins last season, Ashton's still been like the whole time, 6 seed. Like I mean, we all knew it too, but they knew it on a different level. They've watched Cade since he was a little boy. You know what I mean? Like, so I got to give them guys credit, man, for just helping to craft him and to help him grow into the player he's becoming now. Because it's not like he has started out. Cade has gotten better every single year, even though we knew he was him to begin with. Most of us did. But now, like, he's showing everybody. So shout out to Ashton. Shout out to everybody, man. Cannon, Kennard, my dog, Jalen, everybody. His parents, Carrie, Keith, everybody, man. Shout out to everybody. Everybody, man. I'm just really happy that he's on our team. And the future's bright for this team, man. All right. So that's that on Cade. Trip dub, buzzer beater, 2 threes, last 6 points to the Pistons to end the game. Glass on the road, send Miami home. On to the next, right? On to the next. Man, incredible. All right. Let's keep going with the starters. Let's go to who we got next. Let's go to Tim Hardaway Jr. Tim Hardaway Jr. was solid, man. Tonight he had, what did Tim have tonight? He had 10 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block, 1 turnover, on 3 for 8, 1 for 4 from 3, 3 from the free throw line. By the way, guys, Cade had no free throws tonight. I'm just going to leave that there. Anyway, back to Tim Hardaway Jr. 20 minutes. He had those stats in 20 minutes. So solid. Like, I see a lot of people saying that, you know, Tim Hardaway Jr., what's he doing out there? He's just getting cardio. He's not even doing anything. That's not true, man. You got to watch the game. He's not a superstar. He's not going to get 20 plus points a game. He does a lot of little things for this team. And he's Mr. Consistent for this team, right? He's going to give you good defense. He's going to give you knockdown shooting. He's going to make plays. He's going to make an impact. He plays really good. He does, like, the things that he does don't get noticed, because if he wasn't doing them, they would get noticed. It'd be obvious. Like, for example, playing good individual defense, good team defense. If he was getting caught on back doors, it would be something that everybody would see, but he doesn't. So there's no pass. It doesn't get through and play on. He does so many things that people don't see that really go into, he doesn't make the highlight play. He's not getting a steal, going down for a dunk. Like, he's just playing winning basketball. He's just playing winning basketball. Y'all already know. I can't wait until Jaden comes back. I want to see that projected starting lineup of Cade, Jaden, Asar, Tobias, and JD. That's what I want to see. But in the meantime, we cannot ask for more than Tim Hardaway Jr. than what he's given us. He's given us defense. Right. He's given us defense, Devin. He's given us defense. That's all you can ask for. Yes. Mondo Londo. Tim Hardaway can switch on defense and make key shots. Right. That's called starring in your role. Tim Hardaway Jr. is starring in his role. He's not shot chucking. He's not lazy on defense. He's just playing very sound basketball. Everybody's not going to get 20 points. It's a puzzle. You got to be a piece. He is a perfect piece. Not the biggest piece, but an important piece. It's not complete without him doing what he does. Pistons don't win these games without him playing solid on both ends of the court. And he's doing it. He's doing it. He's not a star. He doesn't have to be a star. We have stars. We also need role players. Kenyatta, yes, you need guys to play the right way. Dwayne, you need guys to do things that don't show up on. Y'all get it. Y'all get it, man. Y'all understand what y'all looking at. He's also great at taking charges. Thank you. Make a hustler. Exactly. He just does so many little things that you don't see. So I have to give him credit for that. And to think, we got THJ as a salary dump. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? Yes, Cade got no calls and played through it. That can't be overlooked. Can't let refs take us out of the game. 100%. 100%. And that's why, organic, I love having a coach like JB that can allow the player to just do that. When your coach is not going to bat for you, you're going to be inclined to go give the refs a piece of your mind yourself. But when coach is doing it, it allows you to say, okay, coach got it. Let me go focus on hoop. That's important too. That's why coach is so important. One of the many reasons why coach is so important, because he has his team's back. If the Pistons get cheated in the playoffs, it's because it was missed, obvious non-calls and ghosts and ticky-tack. Yeah, it was, man. It was truth over emotions. It was a lot of calls that went their way. Bam, getting calls. It was, let's check out the free throws for both teams. I want to make sure I'm being fair. So the Pistons shot 18. They made 15, which is great. 83% from the line tonight. And you know what? The Heat only had 18 too. So to be fair, maybe just felt like they got more because we're so used to not getting a lot. But we took the same amount and we made the same amount. Both teams shot well from the free throw line, 83%. 83%. So the Pistons were able to get into the penalty early in the fourth quarter. They were able to get into the penalty early in the fourth quarter. And there are a few guys who helped with us being able to do that. One of those guys being Dennis Schroeder. He didn't play great, but he really was big in that fourth quarter as far as being able to get his offense. We'll get to that. All right. But THJ, solid game. Solid game, man. Let's keep it moving. All right. Now, let's go to Asar Thompson. Man, I'm going to say this. Let me get a stat line first. So Asar had 14, 6 boards, 1 assist, 2 steals, 1 block, 3 turnovers on 7 for 10 shooting in 29 minutes. First things first. This is the first time in I think about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, that Asar has played more than 20 minutes. Right? We've talked about it. Where's Asar in the fourth quarter? Why is he only coming in with 3 minutes left in the game? What's going on? Why isn't he playing? Is he in the doghouse? What's going on? Tonight, 30 minutes. That is the biggest thing for me as far as with his stat line. It's just seeing that he is able to play more than what he has played. Because for a while, we're like, is this conditioning having a relapse? What's going on? What's going on? But to see it tonight, he didn't look gassed. He didn't play great. He had a lot of great individual plays, but he didn't look gassed. And with Asar guys, like, yeah, Chris, he played great defense. We're going to get to that too. Great defense. He did make some mistakes. We're going to get to his mistakes too. But, all right, so with Asar guys, it's like, I don't really know what to say about him sometimes, like as far as just his evaluation of what I see, because he makes so many great plays and then he makes a lot of bad plays. Like tonight, he was one of the guys in foul trouble, right? He got 2 early ones, I think, in the first quarter, not long after JD did, and he had to sit for a while. But it was still good to see 30 minutes despite that, because he had to sit for a while. But, he made some bonehead plays in this game, but he did some good things. Let's start with the bad. So he struggled offensively, right? As far as just turning the ball over, bad passes, careless passes. There was a few times where it's like, Asar, you didn't have to do that. We're just trying to force the ball in. We talk about how he can push, right? He can grab the rebound and push. That's a great thing when you're making the right play, right? If you're taking care of the basketball. And tonight, he was able to grab off the board and push, get an alley-oop for JD. But then contrarily on another play, he grabbed the board, push, and he threw the ball over Beasley's head out of bounds. So it's just that consistency with him. It's so polarizing at times from quarter to quarter. Great first quarter, terrible second quarter. Terrible third quarter, great fourth quarter, So I'm not going to get on him too much because he does so many things for this team. I call him the backbone of the starting 5. And tonight, he just, he wasn't great, but he definitely made a lot of plays. He was getting a lot of work done, moving without the basketball. Let's get to the positives. So he moves without the ball. Excellent. Right? He knows when to move and where to move to. It's not about just moving around, right? You got to know when to make you move. You got to know when to dart toward the hoop. There was a few times when Cade was doing a good job of getting some action to the hoop. As far as just making a move to the hoop. Even if he knew he wasn't going to shoot the ball or take the shot. He would just try to create a lane for his teammates, get some eyes off his teammates by going to the basket, and then you would see Asar dart to the hoop. Because eyes are on Cade as he's trying to get to the rim. So he's good with that. Cade did that with a few guys. He did it with Tobias, got Tobias a lane. He dribble drive, pass it off. Now Tobias can go. Same thing with Asar. Dribble drive, get to the rim, drop it off to Asar who's cutting to the hoop. It looked like Dwayne Wade and LeBron. When Dwayne Wade would make a move to the basket and you see LeBron cutting weak side and he drop it off for a dunk, that's what it looks like. But just Asar is good at making himself available, right? Just making yourself available. And those are the good things from him tonight, right? He was really good cutting to the rim. He was good in the dunker spot. He was just good. He's just good at making himself available. And that's really good because we know Cade is always getting doubled, especially with Jaden out right now, right? So when Cade is able to get penetration, just having Asar there, who's such an athlete, he's going to finish it every time, So my new guys, I have a new nickname for Asar Thompson. My new nickname for Asar Thompson is Tasmanian Thompson. That's what I'm calling him now because he is just so disruptive it's like organized chaos sometimes, right? You see him lose the ball, get it back, make a great play for a play. Like, Cade misses a shot, a layup. Miami's trying to push, he gets a steal, layup. Like, he's just everywhere. He's just everywhere, doing everything, right? Sometimes he's out of control. Sometimes he has it harnessed. Sometimes he's great, but other times he's just all over the place. Like, bro, just slow down, just a step. So Tasmanian Thompson, that's what I call him. That's my new nickname that I'm coining for him. Yeah, Taz Thompson, Devon. I'll give you 20% on that patent. Taz Thompson, Tasmanian Thompson, Tasmanian Devil, whatever you want to call it. That's just what he does. That's what he does. So let's start with solid, man. Once again, he did a lot of things that were good to help us win this game. I'm not going to make this a negative about him because he did a lot of great things. A lot of great things in this game tonight. He just has to work on just taking his time, tighten that handle up, work on that jump shot. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Dwayne, you messing with that, bro? Yeah, Taz Thompson. I'm going to give the Taz part to Devon, but Tasmanian Thompson, that's what we're going with. I did too. And watching him is like a lot like watching Tasmanian Devil. Just the way he's everywhere. Everywhere. It doesn't matter what's in his path. He's going to find a way to make an impact on it, right? I need a big wallpaper of Cade grabbing the Pistons. Man, did y'all see that? Did y'all see that? I loved it. I loved it, man. He has fully embraced playing for this team. He has fully embraced. He said before he wants his own chapter in the Detroit Pistons history books. He wants his own chapter. Tonight, he filled out a pretty big page of that chapter. This may have been his most memorable moment as a Detroit Piston. Memorable moment, not game. I mean, he had a triple dub, so you could argue that, but just memorable moment. When you think about Cade, what are you going to come back to? When people Google Cade Cunningham, what's going to come up? What video is going to come up? This one. On a big stage, in big time moments, in the clutch. He delivered. No mailman. So, yeah, man. Good stuff, man. But yeah, solid. Okay, let's get to Tobias Harris. Guys. Tobias Harris tonight had 4 blocks. 4 blocks. 13 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 4 blocks to lead both teams. He even had more blocks than Kel'el Ware, who is Miami's center, who's about 7 feet something, jumping out the gym. More blocks than that guy. Tobias Harris, man, I cannot give him enough credit. I absolutely cannot give Tobias Harris enough credit. What a far cry from the beginning of the year, right? The beginning of the season, it was so much noise about Tobias Harris, and I was part of it too. I wasn't part of the trade Tobias. I wasn't part of the give up on Tobias train, but I was on him. Like, you gotta, we brought you here to score, bro. We need you to get buckets. You're not really giving us buckets right now. But now, I'm not even going to talk about his offense tonight. I'm not talking about his offense tonight. It seems like more and more of these guys are having so much more of an impact than what you see on the stat sheet. You see 13 points, 5 boards, 2 assists, steal. The 4 blocks is big, obviously. But the defense, man, it's going to get to a point, guys, where all of these evaluation recaps are based and centered around their defense. It's going to get to a point where we're all just talking about, oh, yeah, Tobias' defense, JD's defense, K's defense, THJ, Jaden's defense. It's going to be a point where that's what we're leading with everybody, because they are all buying into the defense, man. Everybody is. Everybody. And Tobias, man, I think I may be more proud or impressed with his defense more than anybody else. Because he already in his career was not known for being a defensive player. And that's not to say he was terrible, but he was known as a bucket. I call him Baby Mello. Early in his career, he was a bucket, man. He's I think he is one of the biggest one of the biggest all-star snub career players, to where it's like he didn't even get one all-star appearance, not one. He's, for me, at the top of that list of guys who never got one, But in his prime, he was good enough to get there. If a guy gets injured or if he's in the other conference, he may get there. Where it's not quite as loaded at that wing position, he may get there. But tonight, guys, Tobias Harris, man, 4 blocks, stuffed the stat sheet. And that tells me, like I said, he has bought in all the way to his role defensively. Maybe even more than he ever has in the past. Ever. And here's why I say that. He is in his 14th season, guys. The 4 blocks tonight were a career high. Career high. He's never had 4 blocks in his career in 14 seasons. What does that tell you? Just think about it. What does that tell you? Well, I'll tell you what it tells me. It tells me that he is 100% in on this team. 100%. Because like I said, I don't think I've ever seen him play defense like this on any other team. Anywhere else. You know, Orlando, when early in his career, here with Detroit the first time around, the Clippers, the Sixers, I've not seen it like this. I have not seen it, man. And it is really encouraging to see Uncle T, your vet, setting the example as far as buying into your role for the betterment of the team. That is what he's doing tonight. That is what he did tonight. That is what he's done all season, guys. It didn't matter who he was guarding. If he was guarding Tyler Hero on the perimeter, if he was guarding, he was moving his feet. If he was guarding Bam in the post, he was bodying him up, right? It didn't matter. It didn't matter. And for that effort, bro, for that effort, I give him so much love. I give him so much credit. He did it everywhere. He did it everywhere. He was playing good interior help defense. He was swatting shots off the backboard. He was getting steals and blocks. He has gotten really good at timing the swipe. When guys try to go up with the ball, he rarely gets called for fouls. He's got very good hand-eye coordination, even later on in his career at doing that. He's got really quick hands. He had a nice help side swat on Jaime Jaquez. Just his overall, like I saw one play where I think Asar was guarding Jaime Jaquez, and I saw Tobias like about to hedge and look over. I saw Tobias look at the shot clock, see with 3 seconds left, and when Jaquez tried to do a pivot turn for a jump shot, Tobias knew he had to shoot the ball. Tobias comes over, swats it. Like just his defensive awareness. He's looking. He's not just okay. Let's all collectively get a stop so I can go get a shot. He's like, no, let's just get a stop and go from there. He's not even focused on his offense. He's focused on the defense. Everybody is. And that's why we're winning games. It takes a big person. It takes a lot of humility to be able to do that. To be able to do that. When you're a bucket and you're asked to just focus on the defensive side and the offense comes when it comes, that's hard. It's not always easy to do. But he's bought in. Man, Trajan Langdon did not miss with that one. Imagine if Philly, I bet you Philly wishes, their stomach is churning right now watching Tobias Harris play for us. They probably feel silly. They paid PG 50 million nearly, twice as much as Tobias was getting paid right now. And Tobias is producing twice, 3 times, 4 times as much as PG is. This is crazy to say. PG had his own podcast. He had to stop doing a podcast finally for him to realize that, I got to get on my game. Philly is sick right now. Yeah, Nikki. Philly is sick. Can Tobias renegotiate his contract? Good question. I'm not sure, Devon. It's only a 2-year deal. I'm not sure that they can restructure. I'm not sure. I'll check on that. That's a good question. It's a good question, but it's going to be important in this offseason and next offseason. Like, you kind of don't want to ask him to do it now because he's giving you everything. So I don't know if I want to talk about renegotiating his contract right now. He's playing the best he's played all season long. But that's a good question. I'll look it up. D-Dubs, what's up, bro? I was happy when he brought back Tobias. Pistons was always his favorite team. He cried when he left us. Never wanted to trade him mid-season. I didn't know that. I got to fact check that. I'm not questioning you, D-Dubs. I just never heard that before about him being that upset about leaving. But, hey, all the more. Okay, the stand-up business Pistons. All right, yeah, so Tobias was great, man. Tobias was excellent. Like, I can't say it enough. He played excellent basketball, and he's playing very, very good, man. At some point, we are going to need to upgrade that spot just because we're going to need more size to deal with guys like Kelly Ware, who's 7 foot, and Bam Adebayo, who's 6'10". Like, our center is as big as their power forward. You know what I mean? So, like, and Tobias was doing his thing. He was really, really sticking his nose in there defensively. I just think at some point we're going to need to have more size. But as of right now, for right now, I'm thinking long term. As of right now, he's enough. He's enough. For where we are right now, for our trajectory, he's enough. He's more than enough right now. So I'm proud of him. Very, very proud of him. All right. Let's get to our last starter, guys. Let's get to Jalen Duren. Jalen Duren had a double-double again. 15 points, 11 rebounds, 1 assist on 6 for 9 shooting, 3 or 4 from the free throw line, so knocking those down, in 28 minutes. So, guys, it's been a long time coming for Jalen Duren, hasn't it? It has been a long time coming for Jalen Duren. And early in this game, he got in foul trouble. You know, he had 2 early fouls. And let's start with the negative, right? Let's get it out the way. We got to call both sides. He had 2 early fouls. I think they both were on Bam. And honestly, those fouls were kind of weak, man. They were kind of weak. I ain't going to lie to you. Those fouls were kind of weak. But they called it. So once you get the first one, you got to make the adjustment. You can't play as physical. You can't get as handsy. You can't get as physical when you have 1 foul early in the game. You have to adjust the way you play defensively. You have to sometimes give up a little bit more, give up that space. You can't try to always beat them to the spot. You got to just play big. Put your hands up. Don't jump. You got to just play smart, sound basketball. Even if it means giving up an easy bucket here and there. We need you in the game. Right? So had it not been for that, I think he would have played more than the 28 minutes that he played. But to his credit, he was had the highest plus minus on the team, right? He was plus 17 tonight, guys. Second best was Tim Hardaway Jr. with plus 1. Jalen Duren is getting it done, man. And like I always say, it's really for JD about the mindset. And you see now that the IQ and just the smarts and understanding schemes and systems and just getting enough reps is really starting to pay off for him. Because in that second quarter, he really settled down, man, and really started to make impact plays for the Pistons. He didn't even guard Adebayo terribly. Adebayo was tough, man, and he made some lucky shots. JD could have played better defensively, but he didn't play terrible. And he had the energy. He had the motor, man. And like just the things, I was just watching how he was playing the game. I wasn't watching how many points he had. I wasn't watching for highlight plays. I was just watching how he's playing, his approach to the game. That is what I was solely focused on in this game. And tonight, he had the right approach. Man. I'm going to show you guys a play in this game that really stuck out to me. When it came to Jalen Duren, you guys probably saw it as well. So let me go ahead and pull that up, and then we can all talk about that. All right. So here's the play we're talking about.
It must have been a shoulder and arm day for Jalen Duren today, because with that kind of strength, it allows you to finish plays like that. Averaging a double-double on the season, 11 points, 10 rebounds.
So why did I show that? The way he was crashing the glass tonight, man. The way he was crashing the glass. The way he was just getting after it, man. Just getting after it. Going up for boards, attacking the rim, regardless of if he thinks a shot is going in or not. Just attacking it robotically, just doing the same things. Early this season, I would see him be under the rim, but he wouldn't attack the glass because it was an easy point blank shot that the offense was trying to score on, and it wouldn't go in. And because he didn't attack it, they get the offensive rebound. So he's not doing that anymore. He's just playing the same way robotically over and over and over again. It's paying off. AB, 5th seed, bruh. I don't know if you caught the beginning, bro, but we was, man. What got in the Cade tonight, bro? What got into your boy tonight, man? Like, I was just, okay. Everybody, do me a favor, drop some fire emojis in the chat for Ashton, for AB. Let him know how much y'all love him and appreciate him and the whole camp. Got to get that going. But AB, man, let's talk. So Cade struggled early, right? Stuck with it. And He just made play after play after play after play after play. Once he saw that his jumper wasn't going early, he started getting other guys going. Other guys going, man. And he was making all the right decisions, man. Like off in transition, he was making every right decision. Every right decision. And his confidence is through the roof, man. You saw, like I said, Coach Bickerstaff said we just had to find a way to get him the ball. 3 back-to-back threes to end the game. Called glass. Glass was open. Bank is open. On a late night on Wednesday night. The bank was open. So, yeah, y'all got to show him love, man. Make a hustler. Nikki, Dwayne, D. Davis, Chris Morris, Heisenberg Blue, Organic Lindo, Devon. Make a hustler say, Ashton, we saw the vision. Hey, we turned Detroit up, ain't we? Detroit is getting turned all the way up in the 3-1-3. Y'all feel me? Y'all feel me? This is going to be a game we remember for a long time, guys. And this is just the beginning. This is the setup to the playoffs. This is the setup to the playoffs. Everybody's going to have their eyes fully engaged and focused on Cade Cunningham. Man, crazy. Great team win, man. Great team win. They're not going to forget about Cade now, that's for sure. All right, let's get to the bench real quickly, and then I'll have some closing thoughts for this game. So Malik Beasley, man. Malik Beasley tonight. What did Malik do tonight? Did he play? How many minutes did he play tonight? Beasley tonight, he played, 29 minutes. So he had 16 points tonight on 5 for 11 shooting, 5 for 10 from 3, 1 for 2 from the free throw line. He also had 3 assists and 1 rebound, 29 minutes. So Beasley struggled early, man, especially defensively. I was watching, he was slow on rotations. He wasn't really providing much resistance at the point of attack on the perimeter. He was losing his, I saw in one play, he kind of got lost in the rotation, left a guy open, and Cade tried to hedge over to help to bother the shot. And the shot wasn't taken. Beasley got back in front, and then the dribble drive to the hoop, and Beasley loses his footing and falls down. Like he was just out of sync early. You know, he had an air ball, I think, in the first half, and when he missed a shot, he wouldn't foul somebody. You know, it's just like he just couldn't get into sync early. He was out of sync completely. But later in the game, he played much better. He played much better, man. He started knocking down shots. He hit one from the logo, just pulled up, just pulled and rose and knocked it down. And later in the game, he did play a lot better team defense. He looked more and more like Tim Hardaway Jr. playing team defense in that second half. So he didn't play a great game. He struggled with the shooting a little bit. But, you know, he's not always going to shoot 8 for 10 from 3. You know, he still shot 5 for 10. He still shot 50% from 3. So he didn't. My issue was the defensive end. I wish he could have given us a little bit more defensively, but he battled his tail off. He battled his tail off, man. You know, you can't have no player is perfect. He's, in my opinion, the best shooter in the world right now, in the league, at least this season. So to ask him to do all that and still give you all the defenses, you know, he's giving you what he can. If he commits too much to the defensive end, those 5 for 10 nights are going to be 3 for 10, 4 for 10, because he's exerting more energy on the other end. So you can't have it all. And tonight, he gave us enough. 16 points in 29 minutes, 5 for 10 from 3. Yeah, I'm taking that. I'm taking that for sure. Three assists, a rebound. Yeah, that's good. Solid game, man. He did his thing. Did his thing for sure. Mondolando, I'm going to come back to this. I'm going to come back to this for sure. All right. So let's go to only a few more guys. By the way, the starters, guys, every starter scored in double figures. Cade led the way with 25. And Tim Hardaway was on the other end with 10. So everybody, it was spread out, like you guys mentioned. It was spread out, right? Unpredictable, which is what I love. Unpredictable offense, defense. You really turn it up, get out in transition, get buckets. I love the way this team is coming together, man. I just love how it's coming together piece by piece. I love it. All right. So let's get to a few more guys. Let's get to Fontecchio. Fontecchio had 2 points, 2 boards, 3 fouls, 1 for 3 shooting, 0-1 for 3. In 13 minutes. So he didn't have 23 points like last game, you know, but whether you believe it or not, I'm not upset. I'm not bothered by how he played because of the way he played. We've said for the last few games now, the way he's going to be effective, impactful, and to carve out a role for himself on his team is hustle. Of course, shooting, right? But if you're not shooting the ball well, what are you doing? You know, how are you helping? You just getting cardio? Are you contributing to good winning basketball? And he's been doing that the last week or so. He's been doing that. And it's great to say that about him when he scores 23 points and when he scores 2 points. You know, we know when he's knocking down shots, he's obviously effective. But what are you doing outside of that. And tonight, he didn't shoot well. He only had 3 shots. He made one of them. Misses only 3, right? But the little things, once again, that he's doing, the things I've been asking for all year long, he's doing them now. He's crashing the glass, getting put back dunks. He's moving without the basketball, right? He's contesting shots on defense, playing great help side defense, right? He's just doing the little things that can impact the game. That's what he's doing. So he didn't have a crazy stat line. That's okay. He made winning plays. He played winning basketball. And that I can live with. I can live with it. You know, I can live with that. All right, let's move it on. Let's go to Dennis Schroeder. So, guys, Schroeder in this game struggled early but came on late. He was really important late. He had 8 points tonight, 3 assists, 1 rebound, 1 block, 1 for 8 shooting, 0-2 from the free throw line. Here's the key. 6 for 6 from the free throw line in 19 minutes. So he shot it terribly from the field and shot it great from the free throw line. Once he saw that his shot was not falling, what did you see him do? Start attacking the paint. Attack. That's how you get going. You see a free throw go in, hopefully you can get some kind of rhythm. And even though he didn't really catch that rhythm with his shooting from the field, he was able to manufacture offense for the Pistons by knocking down his free throws. He made all 6 of them. And I think they all came in the fourth quarter when the Pistons were struggling, kind of stuck in the mud before Cade took over. Jay was just trying to hang on. They were just trying to hang on. But he was, yes, Devin, he started driving the basketball. Exactly. He started driving the ball. And it was good to see when Cade sat down, he was able to hold the fort down until Cade came back. Cade didn't play 42 minutes tonight. Played 36. You know, that's right. That's for me, 36, 37, 38 is the fringe of how far I want to see Cade go, especially in the regular season. Playoffs, a different story, right? But because, you know, rotations get shortened in the playoffs. But regular season, that's fine. That's fine. So Schroeder, man, like I said, he really has taken a lot of pressure off of Cade when Cade sits down. He takes pressure off when he's on the court too, as the other ball handler, as somebody who he can play off of. But when Cade sits down, he can sit down comfortably and not be scoreboard watching. Oh, they didn't made a lead. They didn't made a run. I done only been sat down for 90 seconds, a minute 30, and they already went on a 5-7-0 run. Let me get back in the game. Let me get some Gatorade. Like, no, he doesn't have to do it anymore. He doesn't have to do that right now. He didn't have to do it before when Jaden was playing, but now that Jaden's out, we have Schroeder. Doesn't have to do it anymore. So I just love the impact that Schroeder is having as far as allowing our star player to get rest. That's very, very important, especially at this stage of the season. These are the dog days of the season before the playoffs start, right? It's time. So Schroeder was great. And he also helped the Pistons get into the penalty, right? He helped the Pistons really get, I think it was 4 or 5 minutes left. They had free throws going the rest of the way. So just those little things. He didn't shoot well, right? 1 for 8, 0 for 2 from 3. But he had 3 assists. He had a block. He made impact plays. It's all about making an impact when you're in the game, guys. It's not the stat sheet per se. I mentioned the stat sheet so we can compare it to the impact and see if the two correlate, right? That's really when it's important. When you're scoring well, you're doing other things, stuff in the stat sheet, but your impact is there as well. Now we're talking. And more guys, as we get later into the season, are starting to have that effect, which is great. Great, man. All right. A few more guys, and then we're out of here, guys. Let's go, man. Okay, let's go Isaiah Stewart. Isaiah Stewart has 6 points tonight, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 turnover, 2 fouls, 3 or 4 shooting in 20 minutes. So Stu was solid as Stu always is, right? He didn't do anything spectacular, but he made his presence felt. Surprisingly, he had no blocks tonight, but he had a lot of altered shots, and he played tough defense on Bam. Like I said, Bam just had it going tonight. He had 30 points. He shot 12 for 24 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3, 4 of 4 for the free throw line. So he had it going tonight. You know, sometimes that happens. Sometimes it happens and guys just hit tough shots, you know. But Stu played solid. He still played them tough. He played them tough. And he played great he played great defense out of the pick and roll. Because that was one thing that Bam and Tyler Hero were doing all night. Tyler Hero was pretty much playing the point guard for a lot of stretches in this game. And that screen and roll with Adebayo, he sets great screens. He gives Tyler Hero a lot of space. If you go under, he's going to pull that 3 and he's going to knock it down. You know, if you try to crowd him, then he's going to get the ball, and he's good at getting the ball to Bam, and Bam knows what to do with it when he catches it in the paint, right? He's got that midi game down, right? And he's a good passer out of it. So it was tough. That's a tough pick and roll to deal with, you know, but Stu did his thing. He held it down. and he took the shots when they were there. He knocked those down. He was solid. He was solid, like he always is. The last guy we're going to get to, guys, I saved him for last because I would have given him a lot of love. Ron Holland, bro. Ron freaking Holland had the best plus minus of the bench unit at plus 11. Beasley was second with 7. Holland had 7 points tonight, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 block, 1 turnover, 2 fouls, 3 of 4 shooting, all of 1 from 3 in 12 minutes. Where do I start, man? I don't know where to start with Ron Holland, man. Are we sure he's a rookie? Like, are we sure Ron Holland is a rookie? Because he is not playing anything like a rookie right now at all. His fearlessness, his confidence, like he walks on the court like he knows he's supposed to be there. He walks on the court like he thinks he's better than everybody. He's not afraid of anybody. He's not afraid or intimidated, barely respects anybody on the court. He's fearless, man. I loved, you guys probably saw, he got into it with Duncan Robinson early. I don't know what Duncan Robinson was complaining about. Duncan Robinson pushed him out of bounds and like escorted him to the floor. He didn't just like push him and Ron, like the momentum pushed him out of bounds. He like pushed him to the floor. Like, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? And then Ron gets up and gets like, bro, what you doing? What are you doing? What do you think this is? And then Duncan Robinson gets mad, like he didn't do anything. Like, bro, get out of here. Sit down. But yeah, I love Ron's fearlessness, man. He's not going to take anything from anybody. And it's funny because you can tell when guys are capping and you can tell when guys are serious. Like you can tell when a guy really might do something versus when a guy is probably just yapping and probably just barking. But I saw as soon as Ron Holland got up, Bam Adebayo came over and pulled him off. And then you saw JD come over and other guys come over. But Bam initially came over and grabbed Ron. I don't know if they know each other personally, but I can believe that Bam knows him on a basketball level. He's seen him this season. He's seen the Jordan Clarkson clip. He's seen other plays when he saw that Ron is ready for the smoke at any time. Anytime. He is Isaiah Stewart at the wing. As far as setting the tone, as far as playing Detroit style basketball, he is Isaiah Stewart at the wing position. So I love to see that. No nonsense mentality. We ain't taking nothing from nobody. I don't care who it is. Who it is. I love that about Ron Holland. He's fearless. I got a chance to meet his father, Ron Sr., a couple weeks ago. Same energy. Ron Sr. don't play. You know, he all business. He a real nice guy, real cool guy, real classy guy. Just don't get on his bad side. Just don't get on his bad side and we good. But yeah, Ron definitely gets that mentality from both of his parents, for sure. So shout out to them too. Ron Sr., shout out to you, bro, for sure. Good dude, man. But yeah, like Ron's ability to be able to just offensively, like you could see him doing a lot of the same things that Asar does. Grabbing a rebound off the board, pushing, not needing to find an outlet to Cade or Shorter because he can do that. He's got the ability to handle and get the ball down court, which means the defense is on their heels, right? Ron is really, really good at that. And he's able to get downhill, get to the rim. He can have a few and ones this game. Few and ones, playing through contact, left or right hand, don't matter. Man, it's so nice to have a guy who can come in when Asar sits down and do so many of the same things that Asar does. The uniformity of this team at every position is growing. The uniformity, whether who's in the game or who's not in the game. Cade Shooter, same way. Asar Holland, same way. Stu JD, same way. Like you're seeing guys play the same way regardless of who's on the court. That is that's when you know you have a good basketball team. That's when you know you have a good basketball team. Yes, Devin, his handle right now is better than Asar's. And I love Asar, but right now Ron's handle is better. It's better. He looks just so much more comfortable and in control. He looks so much more composed. Asar, when he converts, nobody can guard him. He's too quick. He's just too fast. When he is under control, he's just too fast. But when he's not, he gets loosey-goosey with the basketball. He loses out of bounds. He makes an errant pass. Things that are unforced errors. But you don't see that with Ron. Ron's not quite as fast, quite as twitchy as Asar, but who is outside of Amin? You know? But Ron knows his game. He's still more athletic than most players in the league. 75, 80 players in the league, percent in the league, right? And he's got a great handle. And he's under control. That's the biggest thing. He's under control. I didn't know that about him before he came here. When he first came here, and that's on me. I didn't watch a lot of the G League Ignite, right? But just watching him play and just seeing the things that he does, he's impressive, man. He's really impressive. Like the way he's playing right now is how I hope to see him, is what I hope to see when it came to the end of the season. That is what I like, the way he's playing right now. And I said this months ago. I said this back in January. I was telling King, man, the way he's playing right now, I was hoping to get by the end of the year. You know, I was expecting some early season struggles, hit that rookie wall, things like that. It never really happened. He just continued to get better and better. So he's going to be a problem, guys. He's going to be a problem for a long time. This is why when you build properly through the draft, you can have a very, very deep look at the Thunder, right? Jalen Williams, Chet Holmgren, being able to get Shea from the Clippers, which was crazy. But just look at how they built through the draft. They're stars through the draft. That's why they're so deep. A lot of the bench guys that are contributing now, it's like, who is this guy knocking down threes against the Pistons, right? Right? These are talented basketball players. They drafted very, very well. Right? So it seems like the Pistons are on the same type of train. They've drafted well. They drafted well. Now you're seeing everybody being a star in their role, and that they'll be able to grow. Like, this is just their role for now. This is Ron's role for now. He hasn't even begun to really scratch the surface offensively of what he can be at all. His jump shot is a work in progress. Wait till that improves. But I just love, he walks on the court like he knows he's supposed to be there. And guys can tell when you don't look like that. Guys can tell when you have that deer in the headlights look, right? When they see that, they want to attack you. They want to get you in foul trouble. They want to embarrass you. They can see when you're you're just kind of like helter skelter. You're not really focused on the game. You're nervous, or you're not really locked in all the way, or you're just trying to figure out what's going on. You're at the free throw line and you're in the wrong spot, and somebody got to move you to the other side, like things like that. That's how you can tell. Those things will happen with Ron. He's on the court. Let's go. I'm ready to go. I love it. I love it, man. And he's only 19, Ray. He's 19. 19 years old, man. We have such a young team. I think all of our core is between the ages of 19 and 23. Right? JD's 21. I think Cade's 23, 24, 23. Asar is what, 19, 20? Like, these guys are very, very young. Very, very young, man. It's going to be a very exciting future for this team. It's going to be a very, very exciting future. As long as we can keep most of this core together, right? It's going to be hard at times when rookie contracts come up, like Jaden and JD, when those contracts extensions come up, but we have that bird right. So we should be okay for a while. But the window is just now beginning to open as far as this team headed this way. It's just now starting. So guys, sit back, get your popcorn, and enjoy what you're watching right now, because it's going to get better. I've seen this before. I've seen it with the Bad Boys Pistons. I remember not quite as much because I was younger then, but I also saw it with the Going to Work team. This team is headed in the right direction, and we are going to be dangerous. Dangerous. Telling you. So, guys, very, very proud of this win, man. Very, very proud of this game. Very proud of the guys. Very proud of the way the guys really stepped up, man. Really stepped up tonight. So as you guys know, it is time for us to go to the NBA standings, and then we will call it a night. All right? So let's pull that up and take a look and see what has happened since the last time that we looked at them. I don't think there's been too much movement, but we'll take a look and see. So as of right now, as we thought, we are still right there in this sixth spot. We are still 5.5 games up on the Hawks. Like I said before, they're not going to catch us. They're too inconsistent. We have a better chance getting to 3. We got a better chance catching the Knicks than we do the Hawks catching us. The gap between the Pistons and the Knicks, like 6 and 3, is smaller than the gap between 6 and 7. So we're fine. We're not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere as far as down in the standings. But as of right now, we are tied for 5th place with the Bucks. I think one of you guys mentioned that earlier. We're tied for 5th. with the Bucks. I personally want to stay where we are. You guys already know. I want to play the Knicks in the first round. And honestly, the reason I want to play the Knicks in the first round, guys, is because of games like tonight. There's been a nice media push recently, a huge push of the Pistons and, going against the Knicks. We've seen a lot of different things, a lot of different podcasts, a lot of different people talking about the Knicks, talking about the Pistons. Can the Pistons beat them? Things like that. So I want the Knicks because I want that to continue. I want the narrative to continue to be talked about. And I want us to go ahead and beat them, right? That's what I want. That's what I want. Yeah, Ray, 39 wins. 39 wins. And as of right now, the Pistons have, how many more games are remaining? I think there's 12 games left. Yeah, 12 games left. We're 70 games in. 12 games left. So, guys, we're at 39 wins, right? We can get to 45. Listen, we're going to get to 45. Unless something happens, knock on wood, we're going to get there. If we go 6-6 the rest of the way, just 6-6, we will get to 45 wins. We go 7-5, 46. 8-4, 47. 9-3, 48. Like we can push close to 50 wins, which is insane after winning 14 games last year. Just shows how fast things can turn around. Just shows you guys why I said 25 wins, which was the projection, was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But even I didn't see 45 wins. I saw 35 wins. That's what I said, 35 wins. And here we are sitting at 39 with 12 games left. Crazy. I'm so proud of this team, guys. I am so proud of this team. So we are going to end it there, guys. It's been a great show as of... Let me see. Let me check some of these comments before I get out of here. I'm going to try to get as many as I can in. I thought this was going to be a bad loss. That's why I call us Bad Boys 2.0, because our core is young. 100%, Dwayne. Thank you, James. I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate that, man. I kind of want to stay in the 6th seed so we can face the Knicks, Assassin King says. But at the same time, I don't care who we play. Now, I'm there, too. I don't want to scoreboard watch too much. I want the Pistons to be in the playoffs as long as they can this year. I want them to get as much experience as they possibly can, which means not just playing games, but playing rounds. Right? I don't want to just go 7 games and lose to the Knicks. No, I want to beat a team and then go on to have more attention on us, because now there's less teams to be focused on because some teams are home. That's when it gets fun. When you get to like the conference semifinals, right? That's when it gets fun. There's only a few teams left. There's not 16, there's only 8 now. That's when it gets really fun. So I want the Pistons to have the clearest path, at least path of least resistance. That's what I want to see. So if it doesn't happen, if we play the Bucks, we play the Pacers, fine. I'm not afraid of any of those teams. I do have my pick. I think the Knicks are the best matchup for us, but I'm not afraid of any of those teams. If we play like how we played, not so much tonight, but last game, if we play that way, we can beat anybody. We will. If we play the way we played the last game, we will beat whoever we play in the first round. If we play that way, it doesn't matter. We'll beat anybody. That team I saw last game, yeah, that's Detroit back. Tonight was too, but it's levels. And the more we get consistent with it, the better it's going to get. So that's my thought, guys. We will see what happens. Who do the Pistons play next game? I want to see who they play, and then that'll give us a better idea of what to expect going into the next game. So next game, the Pistons play. Let me pull it up for you guys so you guys can see that too. Let's see. I think they have one more game on this road trip. They're 2-0 on this road trip, right? They have one more. Or are we back home now? Oh, we're back home. Okay, so 2-game road trip, and now we're back home. Oh, no. My bad. One more game. One more road game against the Mavs. So we're 2-0 on this road trip, guys. Taking care of business on the road. We are road warriors. I think we are now 21-15 on the road, 18-16 at home. So we're better on the road than at home. Very, very impressive for a young team. So we got the Mavericks. That should be a dub. They're depleted. They have no Gafford. They have no Lively. They have no AD. They have no Luka. So home or road, we should win that game. I'm expecting the Pistons to win that game for sure. 3 in a row. Then we come home against the Pelicans. That should be a dub in my opinion. After what we saw from the Pelicans last game, we beat them by 46 points. Right? Then we got the Spurs. That's also should be a dub in my opinion. No Wemby. So we're looking at a possible 5-game winning streak. Right? We beat the Pelicans. Should have beat the Thunder, honestly. Should have beat the Wizards, honestly. But as of right now, where we sit right now, coulda, woulda, shoulda, right? We beat the Pelicans. We beat the Heat. We should beat the Mavericks. We should beat the Pelicans. And we should beat the Spurs. Then we got the Cavs, T-Wolves, and Thunder. And that's why these next few games are so important. Gotta get them. Gotta get them. Winnable games. Gotta get these. Because this is not a winnable game. I mean, every game is a winnable game, but games that you can confidently expect to win, right? If we beat the Cavs, I'm all for it. They just lost a couple games, right? That'll be a huge test, measuring stick game. The T-Wolves, I think they had just won 8 or 9 straight games before they just lost to the Pacers, right? And then the Thunder again on the road. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, guys. But the Pistons would do well to win these games, the winnable games, right now. Yes, Orlando got to take care of business. Tara got to take care of business. 100%. Y'all get it. Y'all get it. Y'all get it, man. Questions? Any questions I missed before we get out of here? I'll make sure I get as many questions as I can. So let me know, guys. Deuce, do you think the Pistons try to sign Devin? No, I'm so glad you asked this question. I'm so glad you asked this question. To the emotions. Okay, let me compose myself. Let me calm down. Okay. Okay. Deuce, do you think the Pistons try to sign Devin Booker in the offseason in order to beat Boston and Cleveland? Oh, hell no. Guys, I don't want Devin Booker on this team. I love Devin Booker as a basketball player. Love his game. Love his game. Right? Polished offensive game. Been that way. Okay. The only time I feel the Pistons should have taken Devin Booker was in the draft when they took Stanley Johnson instead. Right? That was the time to go get Devin Booker. Not now. Devin Booker, I think, is 28, 29. We just talked about the timeline, right? We talked about the importance. We just talked about how young these guys are. Cade, 23. Sorry, 22. JD, 31 or 21. Right? Holland, 19. Still was in his early 20s. Right? So, absolutely not. He's going to be looking to get, what is he getting paid? Like 50 million a year? 40 million a year? Close to it? Something like that? It doesn't make sense, guys. On paper, sure, it looks good, but there's so many things that go into it. Think about this too. I'm talking about probability of even happening, right? If it even happen. Okay, thanks, Dwayne. He's 23. Good stuff. Appreciate you, dog. 23. It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. You look at the guys, the way they're playing. We just talked about culture. First of all, we all know it's Cade Cunningham's team. It's his team. I don't want anybody coming in here that's going to disrupt with any of that. I just don't. Right? I don't. Cade is the guy. Timeline-wise, when these guys are hitting their prime, Booker's going to be out of it. When JD and Cade and Asar and Jaden and Ron and all these guys are coming into their prime, Bobby Klintman, if he's still here, hopefully he's still here, coming into their prime, D Booker's going to be out of it. He's going to be out of it. I think it's going to be something to a lesser extent of Paul George, a guy who's on a big contract right in his prime, at the end of his prime. And then as he starts to get older, that contract doesn't live up to the production. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I could see that kind of thing happening to a lesser extent as far as not really getting the most out of the player who you paid that much money to. Also, if you pay him, who are you going to send away? I'm not giving up Ron Holland. I'm not giving up Jaden. I'm not giving up Stu. Those are the guys you have to move in order to get D-Book. And that's just for starters. That's not even counting draft picks you got to attach. Right? A contract you may have to take back in return. No. We just talked about uniformity for this team. How when one guy goes out, next guy comes in, just like that. Right to it. Right? And that goes bye-bye if you bring in D-Book. It goes bye-bye. And it doesn't make sense for Phoenix either. Because let's just say Phoenix wants to blow it all up. Hear me, guys. Hear me out. Let's say Phoenix wants to blow it all up. They let KD go, and they keep D-Book there. They can't even rebuild. You know why they can't even rebuild? Like say that they want to take some draft picks back and a player or two the Pistons have, and they want to start over and rebuild with D-Book, right? They can't even do that. They can't even tank. Here's why. The Phoenix Suns guys don't have any first round picks that belong to them until the 2030s. They don't have their first round pick next year, the year after that, after that, after that, and after that. So regardless of how bad they may be, they can't even get a draft pick, a high draft pick. It doesn't even make sense. For them, what makes sense is going all in for Devin Booker. Win now. That's what makes sense for Phoenix. That's why it doesn't make sense for Phoenix to do that. They're not going to get back pieces that are going to help them grow quickly. It's going to be a long grind for them because they can't even add talent through the draft. They don't have any draft picks. It doesn't make sense for anybody. It just doesn't make sense. Devin Booker is a fine player, really good player. I'm not taking nothing away from him. But we already have guys on this team who are not natural defenders, who just thankfully leaned in to Detroit defense, like Tobias, right? Tim Hardaway Jr. is known as an offensive guy. He's leaned in to playing defense. Malik Beasley is not a great defender, but he's leaned in to playing defense. After a while, that's great, right? But after a while, I want dogs who want to play defense, especially in that starting lineup. Asar wants to play defense. Cade wants to play defense. Jaden, when he's healthy, wants to play defense. JD now wants to play defense. I want my guys to want to play defense. I want them to be what they hang their hat on. They may have a bag offensively, but I want them to hang their hat on the defensive side. D-Book has not been known for his defense. And he's not getting younger. He's not getting more athletic. He is a bucket. That's what he wants to do. We already have guys on his team who can do that. And we're not an offensive first team anyway. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. And also, this may be shade. I don't care. I don't want any residual of Monty Williams. I'm sorry. I said it. I don't care. I don't want to hear any conversations about Monty this, Monty that. So what happened with Monty, man? But I don't know. It's gone. Bye-bye. Get it out of here. No, don't want it. Don't want it. It's all about JB right now and this team right now. I don't want any narratives. Well, say he comes here, I don't want any narratives like, oh yeah, and then Monty Williams, so Devin Booker get to the NBA final. I don't want him mentioned with this team. I just don't. I don't want any residual, anything, noise, narratives, nothing attached to that. This is a whole new day, whole new regime, whole new culture. Don't want it. That's just me. We have never been a team that has won with superstar players through trade. The biggest star we got through trades en route to championships, if you guys remember, Mark Aguirre for Adrian Dantley, Rasheed Wallace for a bunch of guys, Bob Sura, Lindsey Hunter, who came back, draft picks, Jellicoe Brasha. Those are the two biggest pieces that we got via trade when we were headed in the right direction towards championships. Not Blake Griffin, because we were not headed towards championships. Our ceiling was right here when we got Blake Griffin. We traded away Tobias in order to get Blake Griffin. That brought our ceiling down. It brought our floor up because we were better immediately, but it brought our ceiling way down because he was not the same guy. He's still talented, not the same guy. So Mark Aguirre for Adrian Dantley and Rasheed Wallace, those are the two biggest pieces the Pistons have ever added via trade on their way to winning a championship. Devin says Rip Hamilton. That's another one. That's a good point. We traded Stackhouse for Rip Hamilton. That made all the difference in the world. Good point, Devin. Great point. Great point. And I mean like when we're on the cusp of getting there is what I'm saying. Like, I hear what you're saying, Devin. Yeah, the Ben Wallace trade too. Yeah, I hear that. But we weren't nowhere near contending then. You know, we weren't there yet. We weren't there at all. When Grant Hill left, everybody was saying, oh, the Pistons are tanking. Oh, man, what they get back? They only got Ben Wallace. Who's Ben Wallace? Who's Chucky Atkins? Nobody even knew who those guys were. You know? So, like, but I hear what you're saying. I definitely hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying, Devin. I hear you. I hear you for sure. So the point is, we don't need that. This team has never needed to do that. It's so easy to get caught up in what other teams are doing. Let them do that. That's not how we win here. That's not how we do it here. I remember I've watched it for 30 plus years. I've seen it, man. I've seen the formula. The Pistons have the formula right now. This is the formula. Stop trying to expedite everything. It takes time. Bottom line though, Rip and Prince made the team so dangerous. Yes, they did, because they were long. They were very long defensively. Very long. Rip was 6'7". Right? He was 6'7". Tayshaun 6'9". Tayshaun had a 7-foot wingspan of 6'9". Look at the guys we have on this team now. Jaden Ivey's not quite as tall as Rip, but he's got crazy long arms. Jaden's more athletic than Rip. Maybe even faster than Rip, if you can even imagine that. If you can imagine that. You know, but they played great defense. Rasheed Wallace came over and was the missing piece at power forward, which is kind of where we are right now. We're not there yet. No need to make any crazy moves yet. But we don't need a shooting guard right now. We don't need that. We still have not seen the projected starting five play one game together as a starting unit. Cade, Jaden, Asar, Tobias, JD have not started one time this season. Not once. Why would you trade him? Why? Stu, the heart and soul of this team and the culture. Why? For a 29-year-old Devin Booker? Why? On paper, yeah, trade him. But when you understand the culture, why? Ron Holland, why would you make, you know what I'm saying? You got to understand the culture of Detroit in order to understand what I'm saying. That's the point. You got to know how it's been done before to know how to replicate it. And it seems like Trajan Langdon and JB Bickerstaff understand that. They seem to understand that. It's not about just offense, defense. Those are the same guys, the same people saying Booker should start or should be traded here is the same guys who were saying Malik Beasley is going to start next to Cade to start the season. No, you don't understand. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. But anyway, my point is I don't want Booker on this team. I don't, and I love him as a player, but I don't want him on this team. This doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. The last thing we need right now, the missing piece for me, guys, or one of the last pieces we need for this team is right here. Stretch four. Y'all already know who I want. I want Naz Reid on this team. I want Naz Reid. DJ, you've been saying JJJ forever. I feel it. But I want Naz Reid. I feel like Naz Reid would be the perfect four for this team to go along with Jalen Duren in the paint. We saw JD tonight again, getting offensive rebounds with the trees. Tobias was trying, but he's just not big enough down there with those guys, right? With Kel'el Ware, 7 feet. Adebayo, 6'10", plays like he's 7 feet. Like you gotta fight fire with fire. We know what the Cleveland Cavaliers are. Jarrett Allen, Evan Mobley, the Bucks, Giannis, Brook Lopez, the Knicks, Mitchell Robinson, Cat, like all these teams, Boston, Luke Cornett to go along with KP and Al Horford. Like all these teams are big, man. You gotta fight fire with fire. And like I mentioned, Tobias, I love how he has leaned in to playing defense. He's 4 blocks tonight. Look, the boy's balling straight up. But at some point, you need some gritty guys in there, some dogs in there. That's what Naz Reid is. Naz Reid is not just physical and tough. He's talented. He's got a quick trigger release 3-ball that he knocks down with ease. He's got a handle on perimeter that he doesn't always show because he doesn't need to. He knows his role. But he can bring the ball up court. He can handle. I normally don't like big guys doing that. I trust him doing that. I watched him with the Minnesota Timberwolves for the last 2 seasons. I watched him be a big contributor, a huge piece to why the Minnesota Timberwolves knocked off the then defending champions in the Denver Nuggets, who I was going for in that series. But guess what? They beat them because they lead with their defense. Naz Reid would be he would be, as far as guys who will be available for what we need, he is the best fit as far as having a smooth transition from one team to this team, right? He would be the best fit. That's all they built their whole team on defense, right? You had Ant-Man, you had Nikhil Walker-Alexander, you had Mike Conley, right? Shutting down my boy Jamal Murray on the perimeter. And then in the paint, you had Rudy Gobert, Cat, and Naz Reid to go to war against Jokic. They didn't stop him. You can't stop that man. He just had a 30-20-20 game. First ever. A lot of time when you see a stat, a historical stat, it'll say first time happened since 1995. This one said first time it's happened ever. So you're not going to stop Jokic. but they battled their tails off and made it hard for him. And in that last game 7, when the Minnesota T-Wolves were down 20 points in the first half on the road in game 7 to the defending champion Denver Nuggets, Naz Reid was a big part of why they got back into that game and blew them out. They went from being down 20 to blowing them out on the road against the champions because of their defense. That's what Naz Reid brings you, man. He can protect the paint. He can shoot from the outside. He can make things so much easier for JD. He can really allow JD even more so to just be the guy we need him to be. Just focus on just destroying everybody in that paint, being a monster in that paint, being an enforcer, rim protector, everything, an eraser in that paint. And let Naz Reid do everything else. Let him play big. He can get in the boards too. He can do all the things that we need him to do. It will be a perfect fit. That's why I want Naz Reid in this team so bad. In my Orlando, yes, he is clutch. Yes, he is clutch. 100%. 100%. Walter Sharp. That's funny. Yeah, guys, that's what I want. Naz will definitely help Stu. And here we go, Devon. That's it. It's all about fit. That's why I want Devin Booker. It's all about fit. We don't need a superstar. These guys are going to naturally get better and better and better and better and better and better. A guy like Naz Reid, 2 or 3 years from now, if we still in this team, we're there. We're there. If we get the jumps that we're hoping to get from Cade and Jaden and Asar and JD, not even if they don't all reach the top of their ceiling the way we hope they would, if they get close, if they all just get close, if Asar is shooting 36% from 3 and he's got a better handle and he's making great decisions, right? If Cade is continuing to grow and blossom into a perennial superstar, which I think he's going to do, I'm pretty sure you guys think the same thing. If Jaden can stay healthy and Jaden can continue to work on his game, which he was improving game over game until he got hurt, being a secondary scorer, facilitator, staggered with Cade off the bench, right? JD, if he continues to get better, man, so my point is these guys, the stars are already here. The stars, everybody wants to go get D-Book. No, we already have stars. We got enough. We have enough talent. Time just has to catch up. So a guy like Naz Reid may right now not seem like it moves the needle that much. But when you think about what these guys are going to be 2 or 3 years from now, you're going to see how much better Naz Reid is because they're going to make the game easier for him now. One more thing. Naz Reid is also very comfortable with playing with a perennial superstar guard. He knows how to play off of guards. Him and Anthony Edwards played great together if you watch their games. He knows his role. He sets great screens for him. He's a pick and pop guy, can knock down 3. Like he's man, him and Cade will be great, guys. Him, Cade, and JD, double screens with JD and not, man, you got a roller and a popper? Tell you, man. Tell you, I watched a ton of film on him, man. He will be perfect. I'm not trying to oversell him, but I'm telling you guys, that's the kind of move we need to make. That is the kind of move we need to make. So I'm gonna leave it there, guys. Great question, by the way. Great question. Great question. Devon, yes, Miles Turner type. Yeah, I would argue he may be even better than Miles. Like right now, he's just caught in a bad situation. He's not gonna play behind or ahead of Rudy Gobert and Julius Randle. Those guys both make a ton of money. And unfortunately, you guys know contracts and the size of them play a big part in how much you play. Right? So he's just caught in a bad situation. On the flip side, we need a starting forward size to contend. He turned down his player option of $15 million because he wants to get paid more, as he should. Next season, he's supposed to make $15 million next season. He said, nah, bro, I'm worth more than that. So if the Pistons can find a way to pay him, I would imagine he's looking for something like 20 to $25 million. You can pay him that. I ain't thinking twice, bro. I'm not thinking twice. I'm doing that yesterday. So that's where I'm at, man. Yeah, I think Naz is better than Miles Turner. I think he is better for sure. I don't play with you play with Legos. Shout out to Stu, man. Shout out to Isaiah Stewart for that. That was hilarious. Yeah, come off the bench, more impact. Wolves can't re-sign him either. Yes, you're right. They can't. That Rudy Gobert trade, man, and the Julius Randle trade. I'm sorry, the Rudy Gobert. Yeah, the Julius Randle. Yeah, both of those moves really messed him up. They gave up 4 first-round picks for Rudy Gobert. Yikes. And then Julius Randle for Cat. Yikes. Even though I do think he's figuring it out because they are a defensive first team and he is more defensive than Cat, but Cat just gives you so many other things offensively that you got to kind of live with just because he's so talented. But we'll see. But yeah, you're right. they're not in a position to be able to pay him. So we are in prime position. If we can find a way, it's not going to be easy, but if we can find a way, hopefully Trajan can find a way. Hopefully Trajan has him on his radar. I'm sure he does. Has him fully on his radar. If we can find a way to make him a priority after Beasley. Beasley to me is a priority. Pay that man. He's making what, $8 million this year? $6 million. He's making $6 million this year. I think $15 million for Beasley is fair. What y'all think? I think that's fair. Hopefully hopefully they can work that out. And then with whatever you have left, if you have anything left, give it to Nas Reed and don't think twice. Don't think twice. That's the move. That's the move. So we'll see how it plays out. We got a long way to go. I see off season. But as of right now, the Pistons are in great shape, guys. Great shape, man. Great shape. I'm really, really excited about what this team can be. So we will end it with that, guys. I appreciate you guys always showing up and showing out as you always do. This has been a very fun show. Shout out to my team. Shout out to our team for getting it done tonight, man. They really got it done tonight. And I'm really proud of this team. And I'm proud of Cade, man. Stepping up and being the all-star superstar that he is. Let's go. Let's go, man. So I need you guys to do one thing. Let me know your playoff predictions if the Pistons draw the Knicks, right? If the Pistons play the Knicks in the first round, let's just say they do. How many games do you see that going? And who wins the series? Gotta go on 5, gotta go on 6, gotta go on 7, whatever it is. Let your boy know. Let me know what it is. Let me know what it is. And as always, I appreciate you guys hanging with your boy. Last thing I'm gonna do with this. Drop your picks. New York Knicks. You out of tricks. Get Cade's kicks. Pistons in 6.